Sports Nights with Jorge.
All right, sports fans, welcome to Sports Night with Jorge. Once again, Friday night open mic to all the sports fans out there. A lot to talk about. We're going to do everything tonight: football, baseball. What's on the table? We got baseball. Last week of baseball ending? Who's in the playoffs? Who is in the wild card? Who won their division? We got Monday Night Football, Dolphins versus Jets. Good game in college football, top 25. So, listen, you're welcome in anytime to join in the chat. So, let's get started. Once again, I hope you guys are having a lovely Friday. I'm glad it's Friday, I can tell you that. A little tired, but hey, I'm here with you guys. Tonight we have Florida State, number 8, versus Virginia. That game is scoreless in the first quarter. Florida State will face Miami next week. So, a lot of good stuff going on in sports, guys. Once again, thank you so much. Those that have joined the channel, listen, I appreciate it. Those that have subscribed, I also appreciate it. Those that left comments, listen, it's going to be a good year, guys. A good year of sports. So let's see what's going to happen this weekend. I mean, there's a lot of surprises. Let me start with the NFL first before I go too far. So we have the Jets and Miami. Of course, both teams are winless. They're 0-3. Hopefully, one team will win. I have a little concern about that game and about Tua Tagovailoa. Hey, thank you, Carlos, for joining in. We have Minnesota at Pittsburgh. That'll be Sunday. Both teams 2-1. We got Washington in Atlanta. We got New Orleans and Buffalo. Cleveland at Detroit. Carolina and New England. Chargers at the Giants. Philadelphia and Tampa Bay. That should be a good game. Tennessee and Houston, which I am surprised that the Houston Texans are 0-3. Really shocked to me, guys. I didn't see that coming either. Don't ask me why, but I'm like, what in the world happened to Houston? Hopefully, they could turn it around too. So I don't feel bad that Miami's not the only team that has a bad record. I mean, there's a lot of it's like 9 teams 0-3. So this is a good chance to turn it around. But once again, it's still early. Let me get my my thing here going. So anyhow, we also have Baltimore and Kansas City. That should be a good game. Once again, what has happened to Derrick Henry? I mean, he's been fumbling lately the last, 3 games. We have the Colts at the Rams. That's going to be a good one. Could be the Colts' first loss against the Rams. The Rams are at home. We got Jacksonville and San Francisco. San Francisco 3-0. You know, Miami and San Francisco are the 2 ball clubs that has the most injury starting the season. And look at the difference. San Francisco is 3-0 and Miami's 0-3. Then we got Chicago at Las Vegas. Green Bay at Dallas. That'll be Sunday night. That's another good game, believe it or not. We have the Bengals at Denver on Monday night. And, of course, this Thursday night, we saw Seattle beat Arizona 23-20. That was a good game also. So, there's a lot to talk about, guys. Sports, it's wide open. I'm going to go to baseball real quick. There's baseball fans still out there. The Orioles are playing the Yankees. The Yankees already clinched their playoff berth. They're close to winning that division too between Toronto. You got White Sox beating the Washington National 4-1. Philadelphia beating Minnesota 1-0. Tampa Bay losing to Toronto 1-0. Detroit and Boston 0-0. Texas and Cleveland just started. The Mets and the Marlins are playing. Pittsburgh and Atlanta. Another year disappointed for the Atlanta Braves. Nobody knew this was coming either. Later on tonight, Cincinnati, Milwaukee, Houston at Los Angeles, Dodgers at Seattle, Arizona at San Diego, Kansas City versus the Oakland A's, then Colorado and San Francisco. Earlier today, we had the Cubs beat the St. Louis Cardinals 12-1. Now, I'm going to tell you standings because they already clinched already. Standings, Toronto clinch at 91-68. They tie with the Yankees, so that division is still wide open. Who's going to take first place? Boston, 4 games out. They're in the wild card. And I'll give you the wild card in a few minutes. Cleveland, Detroit, they're also tied in their division. Tough race at the end. Eliminated Kansas City, Minnesota, White Sox, Orioles, Tampa Bay. Then you have Seattle, Houston, Texas, Oakland Athletics, and the Angels were eliminated. So that is your American League. On the wildcard American League, we have the Yankees on top, Boston, you got Detroit, and Houston still fighting for that spot. National, Philadelphia, clinch, Milwaukee, clinch, Cubs clinch a playoff berth, Dodgers clinch, San Diego clinch. So in the wild card, we have in the National, get you the wild card for the National. It's going to be the Cubs, San Diego, and even the Mets and Cincinnati, even Arizona, and the rest of the team eliminated. San Francisco, St. Louis, Miami, Atlanta, Pittsburgh, Washington, and Colorado. So, hey, what's up, buddy? How's you doing, man? I just came up tonight, just talking live open sports. A lot to talk about. Just gave some baseball standings and baseball scores and what's going on. And then I'll go back to the NFL. A crucial game coming up Monday night for both teams, Miami and the New York Jets. Now, from Miami's standpoint of view, the way I see this, guys, is it's a must-win for Miami. Maybe it's also a must-win for the Jets, but the Jets are actually rebuilding. Miami's not rebuilding. But I did notice a couple of things, guys and girls. And I'm gonna say something. I'm gonna talk about Tua Tagovailoa. I did not bring tonight the stats with me, and I could pull it up on the computer if I want. And I'm looking year to year of Tua Tagovailoa. Lost weight, gained weight, built muscle, play his first, 2023, plays his full season, 17 games with no injuries, led the league in NFL in passing. What happened after that? There are reports out there that Stephen Ross, the owner, regrets signing Tua to an extension. Once again, there's so many things going on there with Tua Tagovailoa, but listen, I do have concern because there is something going on with him. He is not the same individual. I do look at press conferences, and I'm not here to judge anybody. Let me start with that first. I know you have your ups and downs in the NFL, but I look at the history of concussion. I look at the history of the hip, especially last year. Mixed 5-6 games because of the hip, and then I'm seeing Tua in the pocket, especially against the Buffalo Bills. He was running. He wasn't throwing the ball very accurate. Now, he had a decent game. I mean, besides, he threw the interception. But I have concern. All right? Because this is not the same Tua Tagovailoa. I know the fans, the fan base, the Dolphin fan base. Okay, I understand totally. Trust me, I know how you guys feel because I feel the same way. We want to win. Okay, we got to turn things around. The season is still young. 14 games to go. But see, the NFL is not like baseball. You got 162 games. Okay, it's not like hockey. You got 92 games. It's not like NBA. It's only 17 games. And every game that you play is kind of crucial because especially on your division. This is a divisional game. This is Miami's third divisional game in a row. They had New England, Buffalo, and now the Jets. This is why it's a must-win. Actually, for both ball club, but I'm talking about the Miami Dolphin right now. Okay, Tua. How can I say this? Not that I lost hope. Not that I don't see. I don't think he could turn it around. He could turn it around, but there's something there that's bothering this guy, mentally and physically. Remember, Teron Armstead retired. That was one of the key players that protected Tua all these years that he was with us. Does Tua really feel comfortable with the teammate that he has now? That is a good question to ask. Because myself, what happened to Tua? I don't think the actual scheme changed, the gameplay changed. You got the same players, Tyreek and Waddle. I would like to see what Tua could do now that we have Waller supposedly playing on Monday night. I know our right side is hurting on the offensive line. We have the left side. We got Jonah the rookie. We got Patrick Paul, which I think is playing pretty good. Probably one of the best offensive linemen play now. We got Brewer up the middle. Okay. Jonah, like I said, the rookie. I don't know. Does Tua really feel comfortable with this offensive line? I don't think Tua feel comfortable, to be honest with you guys. That's my opinion. As fans, we run out with excuses. We have so many excuses about, this is going on, this is happening, this should what they should be doing, fire McDaniel, fire Greer, fire, you name it. Let me tell you the truth. I did a research myself, okay? And you guys can answer this or question about it. An owner that owns a team, okay? It's my opinion, right? Should have at least 15%, probably a little bit more, of knowing football operations, okay? The GM will come in and let's say he takes 35% of that. So 35 and 15, let's do the math. Right? So that's 50%. Then the head coach takes his team 50%. But now when you have the GM involved in, which that's what they do, right? Okay, they trade players, they sign players, they find the best players for your team, but then they get involved in the draft pick. I think you got to let the coaches, especially Miami. See, Don Shula didn't have that issue. Jimmy Johnson didn't have that issue. Even though we had Wayne Huizenga. Okay? We had Joe Robbie. Okay? These people were not, probably you could say, sports-related individuals. They were more like, I got the money, I bought the team, bring me a winner. I'll get you money there to get me some players. And that's something that makes you think down the road. Okay, so I don't know, guys, but I feel that Tua is not comfortable with this offensive line. I feel that McDaniel, believe it or not, don't have his trust in Greer. And vice versa. Greer don't have his trust either. So the owner does this, right? Let's play this out. Let's see what happened. Let's be honest. I was one of them. A lot of people out there was. We need to get rid of McDaniel. We need to get rid of Chris Greer. And the owner decided to, hey, let's play this out. Let's see what happens. Now, rumors are that if they continue to lose, Jalen Phillip, Tyreek Hill could be in the trading block. Could be gone. Tua, maybe he'll be here to 2026 and that's it. So I do believe that players are probably playing for their life. I mean, for the team, for a roster spot. I don't know. I mean, I called something out in one of my podcasts. Great guy, 305 Gridiron. Please join this podcast. They're amazing, man. These guys are amazing. And they came out with an X Factor thing, and I said, listen, I would not be surprised that McDaniel will bench Tua in this game if he does bad. Now, I hope he doesn't bring Zach Wilson in because he's a former Jet, but gave Quinn an opportunity to see what they have. My thing to this is, I know we can't look at things just at one game at a time, because you got to give time to the rookie. But let's say if Quinn, Ewers goes in there and wins the game for the Dolphins, can this change down the road to the Miami Dolphins quarterback position? Tua is aware about his mistakes. Tua is aware about how he's playing. But I don't know, guys. This is not the same Miami Dolphins that Tua had a couple years ago. It has come to a downfall, to be honest with you. Now, you could blame McDaniel for a lot of stuff. You could blame Greer you could blame the owner. And let me tell you, I'm not even upset with the owner because the owner always open his paycheck book and say, tell me what you need. I'll bring him here. But now they decided to say, hey, wait a minute. It's not working out. Sometimes, guys, a change is good. It's not bad. We always think that everything is bad. No, but sometimes you have to make a change. And you cannot be afraid to change. Hey, how you doing? Because if you're afraid to change, then you know what? The fans are the ones that actually pay the price because they're the ones supporting you. They want to see something new. Listen, we all cannot be perfect all the time. We can't, guys and girls, we can't. Okay? We're human. We make mistakes. But sometimes you have to change things to see what happens, what comes out good of it. And what happened is, I believe the Dolphins have the fan base spoiled. There's a lot of teams in the NFL that have the fan base spoiled because we're used to winning. We're not used to losing. And that's one thing I tell all my fans, sometimes we got to have patience. Well, how much patience we got to have, George? We got to have enough to see what McDaniel could do. Now, sometimes things are not going to work at your perfection. It takes time to develop. But Tua, I'm going to say it again, Tua is not the same individual, period. I never seen Tua start like that 3 games. That has never happened in his career. It never happened to Mike Greer. It never happened to McDaniel. So there's something there. And I'm going to say this, and I could be wrong, and God forgive me. There's something wrong there, and they're not telling the fan. There's something wrong with Tua, because I'm going to tell you something. If there's a scare in his head, or in his brain, I don't know. But he's not the same guy. Listen, you don't trust your offensive line. You put that burden on you, man, I got to do something. Because if I get hurt again, this is it. Because I see and listen, I know he's a Christian quarterback. He believes in God because he said it. And don't get me wrong, I don't say this in a bad way. But fear. What are you fear of? What are you afraid of? Already it's a contact sports. It's a physical sports. You're going to get hurt regardless. So Think about that for a second. I'm not saying that Tua can overcome all this. Listen, at the end of the day, we all overcomers. We can overcome so many things in life, okay? But it's just a sports. It's a football game. But at the same time, you look at the past history of your injuries. And that could go across your mind once you hit that field in 2025. Remember, who was Tua, a big guy up front? Teron Armstead. He retired. Okay, we go to the draft. We pick up Jonah. Okay. We have Patrick Paul already. Okay. But that guy always covered Tua Tagovailoa in his career. I mean, it's 5 years that he was here, now 6 years. And now he's gone. Sometimes I think about that. When you lose a good player in your offensive line, it makes you think. It just makes you think, guys. It makes you think. I don't have this guy. And Tua has shown that, listen, I need this guy. Without this guy, I can't win. Well, see, that's not true because you got 11 players on defense, 11 on offense. You have to trust what's in front of you. If you don't trust what's in front of you, how can you be successful in the NFL or in this league? But Tua has something that I don't know, guys. I mean, quote me if I'm wrong. I mean, answer me if I'm wrong. There's things in Tua that I have not seen in years that he's been here in Miami to now what he's doing as a quarterback. All right, he's not elite. We know that. But listen, in 2023, he led the league in passing. Don't know. I asked myself that question myself. Man, what happened to you? Are you that bad? Is your offensive line that bad? Are your players so bad? Do you trust your player? See, that's the number one thing. You got to trust your player, whether you're good or bad. You have to believe what's in front of you to be successful, or you think you're Superman and you're going to do everything. See, I feel like Tua, I mean, it sounds funny. He thinks he's Superman, but he has kryptonite in front of him. And what happened with kryptonite? It's taking him down. It's beating him down. He's a great quarterback. I'm not taking nothing away from Tua Tagovailoa, guys. And I had to bring this subject up because I sat down, I did my homework. I was looking at his stats. I said, what happened from 2023, 2022, now to 24, now to 25? I mean, I feel that he has no trust in his offensive line. Look at against the Buffalo Bills. How many times he run to the outside and was throwing balls up the air? I don't know. You tell me. I mean, it's very interesting what I'm seeing about Tua. And I'm sorry about that subject up because there's a big game coming up Monday night. This is it. Because if you're not fighting for your career as a Miami Dolphin, and once again, quote me if I'm wrong. If you're not fighting for that team, not only for yourself, for that team, that you know you have to win Monday night, don't know what to tell you. Don't know. I mean, if you don't, it's a must win, period. Listening to Joe Rose, great Dolphin player, his podcast, and these are people that have knowledge in sports, and there's a lot of great podcaster out there that does the Miami Dolphins and cover the Miami Dolphins. And you got players, I heard what Kurt Warner said about his interception. That happens. Then I heard the controversial one from Cam Newton to Tua, which I don't think it was controversy. I think he just made a comment. And listen, if you're paying $51 million a year or $54 million a year, you better play like $54 million a year, not $54,000. Sorry about that. I mean, they're paying you enough money to win. Could that be the pressure? Or I'm going to be honest with you. Is Tua worried about his hip? It's amazing how they told us last year we're going to shut down Tua because he has a hip and he has a crack in the hip. I remember somebody said that. One of the doctors, they announced it. No, we took precaution so that could heal for the next season. I don't know, guys. That is a question to ask also. I don't know. I feel that I feel as fan, to be honest with you, and I'm quoting this myself, that the Dolphin organization is not telling the fan the truth. I don't know. I mean, it's probably kind of hard for me to say that. I mean, as a fan, I say that. I don't say it as any kind of bad way. Are you really giving us the right information? Is Tua the guy that you really want? You know what I'm saying? If that's the guy that you really want in your team, I don't know. It's just too many questions to ask about what is going on with the 2025 Miami Dolphins. All right, we let Ramsey go. Let's be honest. We did. We let Juno Smith go. Okay, fine, we did. So between you and me, did that really help Miami? I'm just saying. Because I don't think it helped Miami. But then at the same time, if you're not happy to play in a city that you don't want to play, then you know what? Like I said to myself, keep going. That's all I can say. Keep going. You know, that's all I can say. If you don't want to play for a team, you don't want to be part of the team. I don't blame you. No, I don't blame you at all. I really don't, guys. I really don't. I mean, it's for me. It's kind of difficult to see what I'm seeing with this team. Not expected what's going to happen to this team because look how we start 0-3, getting blown by the Colts. You know, come back home, face the Patriots, get beat by the Patriots, then go to Buffalo, compete in the Buffalo. I don't know. It's just I'm trying to stay positive, guys. I am, okay, but you got to look at reality. You got to face reality. You got to look at the real thing. I mean, you can't hide behind doors and not seeing what I'm seeing because everybody's seeing the same thing. Okay? What has happened to the 2025 Miami Dolphins? This is not the, if you want to call it, package you gave the fans this year. You added Mika, made that trade. Weaver, best defensive coach with the best defensive team, front seven. That hasn't arisen. Now, I think to myself, okay, they are getting to know each other at this time. There's a mix of young players, old player. What happened to Zach Sealer? Give him an extension. My God, I think he's playing his worst time in his career with Miami. And listen, and these are facts. This is not just making it up. I mean, this is something we're looking right now. But we want to stay positive. We want to stay positive. We don't want no negativity with his team. You know, the media is definitely, not against, not with them against their favor because they expect that this team, with the talent that they have, because they have one of the best talent in the league, whether you like it or not, they do. How many people like to have Waddle, Tyreek Hill? Let's be honest. Jalen Phillip, Bradley Chubb. What happened to Chubb Robinson? That's another one. So, did something change here in the defense? Because listen, we're worse against the run. We're letting people run to the middle, left, and right. And these are facts. This is not me making this up. These are something that's going on with this team. And I would like to know, I mean, what the heck is really going on? Does Tua really wants to play for the Dolphins or he doesn't? Is Tua feel committed to the Dolphins? Yes or no? There's so many questions to ask. And today when I was working and I came to home, I said, listen, I got to bring this up. I mean, I'm going to open up in, all sports, baseball, football, basketball, whatever's open out there. We got hockey coming up. Hockey just started too, the exhibition. I mean, are you content with the Miami Dolphins? Are you think it's going to be okay? Do you believe they're going to turn it around? I still believe they could turn it around. But it starts on Monday night. I mean, I don't know how long Steven Ross is going to hold on with this, guys and girls. I mean, I just have no idea. But listen, if we don't win Monday night, which I hope we do, I have it 38-31 Miami. That's my score. I mean, what can I tell you? The fan base already is upset, and I can't blame them. My God, I was watching that stadium, and the stadium was empty, almost empty. I hope with Monday night, new uniforms, rivalry uniforms, I hope the defense shows up. I hope Tua have a good game. But I don't know. I just have this feeling that he's going to be benched. I hope not. I hope I'm wrong. I really do. Okay, now, does the win of Tua on Monday night is going to excite me? No, not really. Not really. Why? Because that's a good way to start. But, man, they got a long way to go. Their schedule actually favor them. Looking at their schedule, probably Miami could win 4 of the last 5 games before they start hitting these teams. Get back on track, hit the 500 mark, back to 500, and see what happens. But it's tough, guys. It's tough. But week 4, I mean, we're loaded with great games. Let me go to college football for a second. Virginia leads number 8 Florida State 7-0 in the first. Tonight we also have TCU and Arizona State. That's later on tonight. Then on Saturday tomorrow, Georgia Tech at Wake Forest. USC number 21 against number 23 Illinois. We had number 22. How in the world you are 1-2? You're 1 win, 2 losses in Notre Dame, and you're ranked 22 against Arkansas. Sorry. Then you have Utah State versus Vanderbilt tomorrow. Number 11 Indiana at Iowa. You got Ohio State and Washington. Then the good one is LSU number 4 against Mississippi number 13. That's a good game. You have Auburn against Texas A&M Aggies. That's going to be a good game. Auburn is 3-1, and Texas A&M is 3-0, and they're ranked number 9. That's a good game. Then you got Tennessee and Mississippi State. Tennessee's ranked 15. You got Arizona number 14, Iowa State. And that's all tomorrow, guys. We have Massachusetts against Missouri, number 20. They're 4-0. Then we have Oregon and Penn State. That's another good one. Number 6 versus number 3. Oregon is 4-0, and Penn State is 3-0. Then the big one tomorrow night. Ready? For your Georgia fans. I know we got Georgia fans out there. Number 17, Alabama at Georgia. Number 5. Then running it off is BYU and Colorado. That's it. Colorado is 2-2, and that's a 10-15 game late at night. That is your college football. So, listen, you tell me, man. Join the chat. Make your comment. What do you feel? What do you see with the Dolphins? If you're not a Dolphin fan, if you're an other fan, Washington, like right now, Baltimore Ravens fan. Tough loss Monday night against the Detroit Lions. Derrick Henry. What has happened to Derrick Henry? Hey, you know what I told somebody today? Listen, it happens. You have good season, bad season. And all you guys should do is clean up his mess and get back on track. That's all you could do. So, but that's my opinion, guys. I mean, I am trying to remain positive. Trust me, I am. Okay. I do love my team. Don't get me wrong. But sometimes, man, you listen, you got to be honest with yourself. You got to speak the truth. I mean, don't hide against the wall. I mean, I know that we're Dolphin fans. Yeah, they could turn it around. It's going to be good and everything. But let's be honest. It is so difficult. This is a hard league. Hey, hello. How you doing, Alvin? Okay. This is so hard. It is a league, all right, that every year it gets harder to win. This league is very physical. Okay. Unfortunately, listen, just because you're 0-3, it's not the end of the world. Okay. You gotta just play it out and see what happens. And I believe that the Dolphins could turn it around starting Monday night. But it's gonna be a long road ahead of them. Trust me. Okay? Trust me. It's gonna be so hard. It's not gonna be easy for the Miami Dolphins. And no other team whatsoever. But listen, just let me know in the chat. What do you think? I mean, what are you seeing? Do you trust in your team? Believe in your team? Look, who knew that Kansas City was going to go 0-2, and then they beat last week. They beat God, what's the name? Which I was like surprised. Let me get it right here. Kansas City beat the Giants. Okay, who are the Giants, right? So, but they beat the Giants. All right, they got to win. Now but go back home. So, I mean, football is any given Sunday, you know. Yeah, see, Aquino says that I hope the Dolphins beat the Jets. Well, he's a Cleveland fan, by the way. And you see, Cleveland beat Green Bay. Who would have known that Green Bay coming to Cleveland get beat by the Browns? Anything can happen on Sunday, guys. That's part of football. Anything can happen. And listen, I'm trying to stay positive. I'm trying to tell the fans, you know, you have passion for your team, you love your team, but at the end of the day, man, it's called execution. You have to execute your plays. All right, you have to. It's 11 on defense, 11 on offense. You got to work together. And I feel that Tua Tagovailoa do not trust his guys up front. And you could tell me that I'm wrong, okay? I mean, listen, I'm. Well, you never know. You never know, man. Anything can happen. Anything can happen, man. It's the movie Every Given Sunday. You guys seen it before, right? Anything can happen in a football game. Anything can happen. And when Detroit went to Baltimore, Baltimore was very comfortable, and it were two top teams in the NFL. I think they were evenly matched. They got Derrick Henry on that side. And okay, they got Jared Goff on the other side. They got Lamar Jackson on the other side. Evenly matched, but guess what? Defense came to play. 7 sacks. They sacked Lamar Jackson 7 times on Monday night. I mean, can the Dolphins do the same thing to the Jets on Monday night? Who knows? Nah, but like I said earlier on my other podcast, don't fall asleep on the New York Jets. Because if you look at the numbers, which numbers of both teams, they're basically the same thing. I mean, they both have goods and bads. So, yeah, but thank you so much, those that have joined the chat. I appreciate you guys joining the chat. Like I said, I'm going to be here for a while. It's going to be an open chat. You guys can come up with any comments. We got baseball going on. We got Yankees and Orioles playing tonight. Unfortunately, it's 3 games left in the season. The Orioles are beating the Yankees 3-2. in the middle of the third. White Sox beating the Nationals 6-1. Philadelphia beating Minnesota 1-0. Tampa Bay and Toronto tied 2-2. See, the Yankees right now are tied in first place with the Toronto Blue Jays. If they win this game, they could take over the division and win the division with, but it's like 3 games left for baseball, so it's gonna be interesting. Then you got Detroit at Boston, Texas at Cleveland. That's another good game. They're fighting also for a wild card. So it's some good stuff out there in baseball. But going back, what I was saying, guys, which I one of these days I will have a poll. Do you really love your team? Do you really support your team, win, lose, or draw? Are you really into your team, win, lose, or draw? Because, I mean, listen, they are my Dolphins, but man, and listen, let's not blame everything on Tua either. Let me also add that up. I should add that in the beginning of the program. Let's not blame everything on Tua, because that's what is happening now. But then once again, I brought this up. If he is the pilot of the airplane, he needs to take care of his crew. Now, does he have a crew? Come to think about it. That's why I think his supporting cast up front is what he's worried about. Think about it. Just think about it. And especially Dolphin fans. And quote me if I'm wrong. Like I said, you could come to the chat and chat with me and how do you feel of your Dolphins? What do you believe about your Dolphins? And you might think I'm sounding negative, but I'm not sounding negative. I'm trying to tell you right now that, that this team, okay, could be better. It could be better coach. Could be better management. A better owner. And like I said earlier, an owner that owns a team, at least 15, 20% of knowledge of football. You have no knowledge and you own a team because you're a businessman, good luck on that. Then you got a GM that has been many years in the NFL, knows the football operations, and then you have a coach, let him coach. Why do you think Dallas is going to struggle? Jerry Jones. I got so many Cowboy fans. They say, George, when is Jerry Jones going to retire or sell a team? Because Jerry Jones is always in the sideline. Let's be honest. Jerry Jones do not miss a freaking game. He's in the sideline. He gets involved in the operation. He gets involved in the team. He gets involved in the football. Don't get involved. Let your coach. You're the man who signed the paycheck and get the players. I mean, Marco Parson, he's gone. I mean, you let him go. You should have signed him. Look how long it took to take and then you sign a contract of your quarterback, and then you don't build an offensive line. You don't build a running back for him. How do you expect to win? So are you tanking? Are you winning? This is the product. See, when you put product on the field, this is where the fan comes in and say, hey, I want to watch this team. I want to enjoy the football game. But if you don't put the good products on the field, who's going to watch your team? It's a team effort, guys. It's a team effort. It has to be all the way around, defense, offense. And I'm going to say it again. You have a 53-man roster. 53-man roster. And I guarantee you, out of those 53-man roster, okay, one player is actually good. Good enough to be in your team and help you. But you decide to go out there and pick somebody else. At work today, I was talking to one of my coworkers, and we talk about Zach Thomas. And we were looking at the history when he was picked up and the round he was picked up by Jimmy Johnson. 5'11", 240 pounds or 238 pounds by then. He can't play the sports. He's too short. He can't make it. He's a Hall of Famer. Come on. Out of nowhere, you're going to tell me this guy's a Hall of Famer? A guy that was picked, actually, let me go look at it where Zach Thomas was picked. Because it was amazing when I saw the stats. And that tells you right there. Okay, here we go. He played for the Dolphins in 1996 all the way to 2008, and he played with the Dallas Cowboys. Zach Thomas was picked in the. Here we go. Give me a second. He was picked 57 overall. 115. Wow, that's hilarious, guys. Give me a second. Let me go in there and get the right number. I'm gonna give you the right. I was impressed. Okay. All right. Let me go here. All right. Zach Thomas was picked in the 5th round, overall 154 from Texas Tech. Zach Thomas. And he became a Hall of Famer. And here's the guy that Jimmy Johnson gave him a chance. Okay? Gave him a chance. Come over. Okay? Jason Taylor. Come on, man. Come on. Here you are with players in your roster and you don't want to give nobody a chance? Look at this guy. Zach Thomas. Amazing. 5th round, 154 overall. And he's a Hall of Famer. What Hall of Famer is all the way down there and makes it to the Hall of Fame? Nah, man. The guy's a player. He's a good player. I remember they make fun of him and laughed at him. He's too small. He can't play in this league. Well, Jimmy Johnson proved him wrong. The kid could play. The kid was amazing with interceptions, fumbles, recovery, you name it. His flips in the end zone. Zach Thomas was a beast, man. Jason Taylor was a beast. Man, I tell you, if I could go back to my years when the Killer Bees, Bon Howard, Kimbo Camper, the Blackwood brothers, come on, man. Come on. And maybe you say, well, George, that's in the past. Yeah, but what happened now? Yeah, the game got physical. It got harder. It got, okay, I understand. But golly, give me a break, man. We cannot win a playoff game. We go to the playoff, but we can't win a playoff game. It gets difficult. It gets hard. Why? But we got the players. Okay, was Tua probably the worst mistake we did when we signed him? So my question is, who would have been our quarterback? Hubert? Because that's where everybody comes out now. Well, Hubert could have been a quarterback. Okay. Well, let me tell you something. Tua has a record of 2-1 against Hubert. He beat him. What? They played 3 times. I mean, does that matter? Maybe not. Their stats. You know, my thing is, what happened to Tua? What happened to the guy? He's not the same since he had that hip injury and he did not play. And that's how I feel, guys. I mean, I don't know. Maybe, at the chat, I know we got Dolphin fans here. I know we have Dolphin. How do you feel? Do you think Tua is going to be here in 2026? I don't. I got a feeling that Tua will be gone. I mean, would the Dolphins eat all that salary cap? I doubt it. There's so much we could talk about Tua tonight. And, I don't want to make it all Tua, but you gotta, you gotta think about it, guys. I mean, this team has to do something on Monday night. Something has to change. Something good has to happen Monday night. And let's make it that way. I'm gonna say it that way. I know as fans, probably you could say, I don't trust Tua anymore. I don't believe in Tua anymore. Unfortunately, he is our quarterback all the way to 2025-26. And that's where the Dolphins could say, hey, man, this is it, buddy. You reached the end of the line. So it's tough, man. It's gonna be. I mean, I don't like saying it because I don't. I understand he's in a, you could say, on a slump right now, like they do in baseball, and they slump. But what's going to happen Monday night? And listen, I'm a believer. I'm going to trust in the guy. I'm a believer in the guy, even though I said this all tonight about him. But you as fans, how do you feel? How do you guys feel about it? I don't know. So I mean, there's so many things, guys. There's so many things. But anyhow, if your baseball team are in the playoffs, congratulations. The Yankees just took the lead over the Orioles 6-3. They already had 3 home runs in that game. So Carlos says, don't win, bench him. Yeah, I mean, you got to do something here, guys. And I'm not saying not only bench him, you have to do something about it. Okay? Fans are the one that's actually, believe it or not, suffering because they pay the big bucks to go to the stadium to watch these players, watch your team win. Listen, we're not the only losing franchise right now. You got the Jets losing. You got a lot of teams losing right now. Look at Houston. Who would have known Houston's 0-3? The Texans. But look at this real quick. Just think about this. Who did the Houston Texans trade it? Larry Thompson. The moment they trade Larry Thompson, look what happened to the offensive line. Look at what happened to Stroud. Yeah, go Yankees. You're in line. Judge and Stanton. I think Judge has 2 home runs in the game, and so is Carlos Stanton. I don't know who hit a home run for the Orioles, but yeah. But anyhow, just think about it. The moment they lost that player on the offensive line for Houston, Houston's not the same. Stroud is actually struggling right now. Believe it or not. And I asked myself that question. Yeah, that's right. That's what I said. They got a bench. They need to. I mean, I'm sorry. I mean, I know he's a great quarterback. I know, and I don't see great. He's not an elite. He's a good, but sometimes you got to take a time off and say, you know what? Let me step back, because worst case scenario, Tua right now, and I don't want to say this, guys, because I know some of you guys are going to get mad at me. Tua is hurting the team right now. Look at his last 3 games. Let's look at his last 2. Winning drives, interception. Bottom line. Now, you want to blame everything on him? No. Okay, man, how many times I'm going to say this? Every NFL team study the 2-minute drill at practice, regardless. No excuses. You practice this every time. You do a 2-minute drill every time in practice. I mean, you could be doing this every single day, because the 2-minute drill is what's going to keep you in the game. You're going to make key plays to try to tie the game or go to overtime or win the game, whatever scenario's in. But you throw 2 interceptions. It's not good, guys. Not good. And by the way, fans, Justin Field is going to play against the Miami Dolphins. It's not going to be Tyrod Taylor. So now, yes, we heard today, Dolphins probably defense will change again. They're going to have to change regardless, because that's what they do. They go ahead and now you got a running quarterback, because he could run. I remember he gave McDaniel fits when we played them. We beat them. We played them, and he told Justin Fields to stop running. And I'll never forget that. He did said that. There's a mic that you see. He goes to Justin Field, man, can you do me a favor? Stop running. And it's funny. Oh, well, if your defense cannot stop him, that's not good news. But that was funny when he did that. Every time I see that video, I laugh of McDaniel going to the running when you see Justin Field running down the sideline and he says, dude, can you stop running, man? You're killing me, man. You're killing me. It's funny. I say, man, you. I said, well, that's where you got defense. Hold them back. Stop them. So it's going to be interesting. It's going to be very interesting. And like I said, I like the Dolphins 38-31, but at the same time, I don't see Tua playing the full game. And I hope I'm wrong. I apologize to all my Dolphin fans. I hope you guys don't get mad at me, but that is my gut feeling. Don't think that, Tua might not probably go 3 quarters. Don't know. One thing, we do have to run the ball. We have to give it to Ali. Ali needs to run the ball. We need to open it up. We can't stay there just throwing. Run it. I mean, look at the drive against the Buffalo Bill. We'll get the ball against Buffalo, opening drive, we take it down for a touchdown. I haven't seen that since last year. But they did it against the Buffalo Bills. And they did it again and again, and the game was tied 21-21. Afterwards, that was it. Yes, I am going to go live for postseason baseball. Once it starts, right now the Yankees are winning 6-3. White Sox up 8-2, and Toronto and Tampa tied 2-2. So if Toronto lose tonight, the Yankees win, the Yankees take over first place. But I think like 2 games left, 3 games. It's going to be very crucial for that division. Looking at the standings, let me see the standings right now. Toronto is 91-68. The Yankees are 91-68. So they're both tied. Boston did make the wild card, so they made it. Yeah. Boston made the wild card. And you got Tampa Bay eliminated, Baltimore eliminated, Kansas City, Minnesota, White Sox eliminated. That's the American League. Texas, the Athletics, and the Angels eliminated. And then the national elimination was the Marlins, the Braves, the Washington. You have St. Louis, Pittsburgh, and San Francisco and Colorado. They were eliminated from the contention. But still, like 3 or 4 games left. Anything could happen. Let me go back to the scoreboard. Where is it? So, but once again, guys, I mean, you have to, stay positive, believe in your team, but at the same time, you got to be real. You got to be realistic about this. You got to understand. Yeah, it's football, but at the same time, man, as a franchise, we're tired of losing, right? We're tired. We're just tired. And you cannot say that we have bad players, because we cannot say that. We cannot say that we have bad players in our team. We don't, guys. We had Jason Taylor. I mean, we had Donovan Mitsu, which they signed him. We had Cameron Wake. We had a good defense. All right? But the offense. See, if I could say, if I say this, what probably hurt Tua the most, and that's in the beginning as he came into the team, it's Greer not building an offensive line for this guy. And then he waited till the 6th year to pick an offensive line, Jonah, in the draft. When we as fans has been telling Greer, get an offensive line, help Tua up front. Now, you agree or disagree with me? Because we got Larry Thompson and we traded him. We let him go. We should have signed our offensive lineman and keep him. And I think we'll be in a good spot. And now look. Because I believe this. Without an offensive line, you cannot run the ball, you cannot throw the ball. It's called protection. You protect and you open the holes for the running back. That's it, guys. No other way to say it. There's no other way. I mean, that's how I feel. I feel to myself, man, what did we did? As fans. Well, we ain't did nothing. What did Greer did to the fans that the fans are upset right now? Well, we don't have an offensive lineman. And now everybody's, talking Jonah's play, which he's a rookie. He's learning. We hope he gets better as the year goes, right? I'm a firm believer. Stop changing players around. Don't put a right don't put a right tackle to a left tackle. I've been saying this all along, and I'm going to be honest with you. People say I disagree with you. No, you play the position that you play for. You start switching these players, they're not going to play the way you want them to play because they're not used to it, guys. It takes a while. I mean, you're using Jonah in a different position. That's not his. That's not going to work, regardless of what you say. I mean, I'm sorry. So there's a lot going on right now with the Dolphins. Let's be honest. And now in the Miami Dolphins, there's a lot. Now, another one, the Giants are going to bench Russell Wilson, and they're going to put Dart. Is that a good thing? Well, we'll see on Sunday. But you see what I like? This is a veteran quarterback. The coach decided, hey, man, we're going to sit him down. We're going to play the rookie. There it is. It is time. It is time for you to play the rookie. Bottom line. There's nothing wrong with that, guys. Why we can't do that with McDaniel with Tua? Hey, Tua, you're struggling by, we're going to give you a day off. This week you're not playing. Let's do this. That's it. We can't even do that. And then you got fans upset. And then if you don't put Tua and you lose with the other quarterback, you know what the fans are going to say? Well, you should put Tua in. He's struggling. Make a change. A change is good. It's not bad. So, let me go back to college football for a second. All right. So, Virginia leads Florida State 14-7, and Florida State plays Miami next week. Boy, if Virginia upset Florida tonight, that's going to be a big upset. Number 8 versus not ranked. And Florida State is actually in the red zone right now to tie the game up. But think about it, guys. I mean, let's be honest, man. We love sports. We love our team. I mean, how do you feel about it? You tell me. I mean, I got Ravens fans. I got Pittsburgh Steelers fans. See, Pittsburgh got happy now because Roger is 2-1. But the other day I went to the store and I saw a Steeler fan. He goes, nah, it's a matter of time that Roger would probably, because we don't trust our offensive line. We don't trust the protection. Hey, Seattle beat them 31-14. All right. If it wasn't for 5 turnovers for the New England Patriots, they would have beat the Pittsburgh Steelers. It's a game of inches, game of turnover, game of mistakes. Think about it. But once again, I want to thank everybody that joined in the chat tonight. Thank you so much. We're wide open. You could come, join, any comments, anything you want to say. You're welcome to say. Like I say, it's a free open line live stream channel. Come up with your questions. What do you think about your team? Doesn't have to be only the Miami Dolphins. I mean, I got Baltimore Ravens already complaining. We got Steeler fans, not too crazy with a 2-1 record, but they are in first place, by the way. And I'm gonna give you the standings in the NFL. This is early. Buffalo's 3-0. New England's 1-2. The Jets and Miami 0-3. Cincinnati 2-1. Pittsburgh 2-1. Baltimore 1-2. Cleveland 1-2. We have the Colts at 3-0. Jacksonville 2-1. Houston 0-3. Tennessee 0-3. Now the Houston one, I cannot believe. Then we have the Chargers at 3-0, which that was not a shocker to me. Las Vegas 1-2, Denver 1-2, and Kansas City 1-2. In the NFC, Philadelphia 3-0, Washington 2-1, Dallas 1-2. Giants 0-3. Green Bay 2-1. Minnesota 2-1. Look at that division. Detroit 2-1. Here we go again. That's going to be a division. The North is going to be a good division this year. Chicago 1-2. Then we have Tampa Bay 3-0. Carolina 1-2. Atlanta 1-2. New Orleans 0-3. They got to figure out the quarterback. San Francisco 3-0. Seattle 3-1. The Rams 2-1. And Arizona 2-2. And that wrap up your AFC and your NFC standings. So it's amazing. It's amazing. You get beaten every Sunday. I mean, any given Sunday. So no, you're welcome, man. Anytime. Anytime. But yeah, man, just don't forget to leave your comments, your like. Be sure when you come in, hit the like button. Subscribe if you haven't subscribed to the channel. It gets better. I'm trying to go live Friday nights. I'm trying to go live on Monday Night Football. Try to go live on Thursday night. Now, this Thursday night, I did not win live, and I apologize for that. And then I also got college football Saturday tomorrow, which I'll probably give a little recap on that one. So, but that's it, man. You know, that's just remain positive, stay positive, believe in your team. Don't give up. Unfortunately, we have to go through trials and tribulations, if you want to say it that way. We're not perfect, okay? We get tested every day. The only thing is we live in the real life of sports, right? So good things happen, bad things happen. And it could be fixable, yes. All this we're talking about tonight could be fixed. And you know how? Winning your first game of the season. When you see, when you have that bad taste in your mouth of losing 3 games in a row, okay, and you win your first game, it changes everything. That feeling of losing, it goes away. I tell you, losing is not easy, guys, but it's also not the end of the world. It's not a defeat, okay? It might sound a defeat, but it's not. Okay, you play this game every week, so you got 17-game season. So, but yeah, man, you know, you guys, I'm gonna cut it short here to probably 8:30, and that's it. I was gonna be all night, but I'm gonna be here tomorrow too, by the way. So, I want to thank all you guys that joined the chat. Thank you so much, and you guys have a blessed Friday. It's the weekend. Enjoy your weekend. Try to stay positive. Listen, don't let anything get in your way, man. Nothing bother you, man. Just let it go. Walk away from it and remain positive, you know. That's what I do. Thank you, Carlos. I appreciate that. Thank you too. You know, thank you for joining into sports. I'm gonna say it again, guys. And some people get mad when I say this. It is entertainment. It is fun. It's to enjoy yourself. But sometimes we can't get it that serious. When we do, sometimes we get serious about it. We do. Why? Because we love our team. We have a passion for our team. But listen, the Dolphins has given us good seasons. Let's be honest. The only undefeated team, right? I guarantee you a lot of people don't like that. They would like to be undefeated like they are. Now, I'm not doing this to rub anybody's face. No. Can the record be broken? Who knows? So far, a lot of team has gotten there, but could not do it. So anything can happen, right? Let's be honest. But listen, I want to thank all you guys really for joining in. I got 6 more minutes. I'll probably be here at 8:30, and then call it a day. And then tomorrow, I'll be talking about college football, which I talked tonight. What's available for college football? Top games: Florida State tonight versus Virginia. That's a good game. It was 14-7. Don't know if they score and tie it up yet. The Yankees beating the Orioles 6-3. They're in the 4th inning, I think it is 4th inning. So There's a lot of stuff going on. You got Major League Baseball postseason coming up. I'll be doing that too. We got hockey just started, of course, exhibition. So listen, just join the channel, man. If you like it, don't like it. I mean, you can leave your comments. Anything you want to tell me about your team, I try to answer the best I can. Um, this week in the NFL, there's a lot of good games on Sunday. Like I said, once again, Monday night it is Miami versus the New York Jets. Of two teams that are winless, that haven't won yet, and I think it's going to be a test for both teams. Okay, who needed the most? I'm going to say it, not because I'm a Dolphin fan. Miami needs it the most. Miami needs to win that game. Period. Okay, I still believe that the Jets are in the rebuilding mode. I think the Jets are finding their identity. The same way I feel that the Dolphins' defense, Weaver's defense, is finding their identity. But who knows, right? Let's see what's going to happen Monday night. My prediction is 38-31, Miami. But I also feel that Tua is going to get benched. I have no idea why I feel that way. Unless Tua throws for 350 yards and 3 or 4 touchdowns. I mean, I don't know. I just don't know. But anyhow, I want to thank all of you guys that joined in. We're close to that time already. Let me bring back the scoreboard before I leave. I always like to do that before I go. Sometimes I do forget because the people do ask me about the scoreboard. The Yankees lead the Orioles 63. That's baseball. That's in the top of the 5th. White Sox being the Washington National 8-2. Philadelphia beating Minnesota 3-1 the 6th. Toronto and Tampa Bay tied 2-2 in the top of the 5th. Detroit beating Boston 3-1. Texas beating Cleveland 4-2. We have Cincinnati and Milwaukee 0-0. And then later on tonight, Houston at Los Angeles Angels, the Dodgers at Seattle, Arizona at San Diego, Kansas City at Oakland, Colorado and San Francisco. And then later on today was the Cubs beating St. Louis 12-1. In your NFL, once again, upcoming game, Minnesota and Pittsburgh. That'll be a good game. 2-1 versus 2-1. That'll be Sunday. And I think that's played, well, it says here 9:30 in the morning. So that's played overseas, I guess. Washington at Atlanta at 1. New Orleans at Buffalo at 1. Cleveland at Detroit at 1. Colorado and New England. Carolina and New England at 1. Chargers and Giants at 1. Philadelphia at Tampa. That's a good game. Tampa and Phillies. Man, every time they meet, they play pretty well. They're both 3-0. Tennessee and Houston. Colts and the Rams. That'll be another good game. Jacksonville and San Francisco. Baltimore and Kansas City. Another good game for the Ravens and Kansas City Chiefs. Then Chicago at Las Vegas. Green Bay at Dallas. Cincinnati at Denver. Then on Thursday night final, Seattle 23, Arizona 20. That was the winning field goal. And then Miami will play Monday night against the Jets. All right, fans, thank you so much for joining in. You guys have a blessed weekend, blessed Friday night. Be safe. Love you guys and see you guys soon. And once again, fins up. Take care.